my sisters with me. What's your name?
Teresa.
And what's your name? Pat. Oh, he right there. Oh, Pat. He don't see nothing but your back. Hey, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
Independence for my people, for sure.
Spiritual freedom. Remembrance of my ancestors that came over, and finally we supposed to be free, but we got to be free on some other things. So yes, we got a lot of work to do, but we also have came a long way. So it means a lot of things.
Juneteenth means a lot to me, man. You know, Juneteenth is the day that's set up and made for us, for black people, man.
Juneteenth, I'm with, what's the sister name?
Asia.
Asia. Sis, you don't want to come in? All right, she don't want to come. She left you. Asia, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
Juneteenth means to me, Black people and their freedom and being who they are and accepting who they are. Yeah.
Well, what I've learned about Juneteenth is that's when the slaves found out that we were actually emancipated. So that's a time to celebrate that, even though they had the rights, that they were now able to celebrate and recognize it so that they could be free.
We are out here to make sure that our children, our young children, our grandkids, our children, and our great-grandchildren have the right to know what goes on in this world.
But Juneteenth just means that there are some people who are supposed to be free that weren't free at the same time. The government didn't let them know what they were supposed to be free, even though it wasn't any real freedom, right, when you really belonged to it, because we still didn't own anything at that time or couldn't own anything, but at least you didn't have to work on the field until they were sharecropping out there.
I don't even know what it means.
You just out here because
Somebody told me they had a booth, but I was going to show up to support them.
so you out here to support black people.
Why not?
You don't even need a reason. He out here just to support black people. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Juneteenth to me, man, it means the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when we finally got our freedom. That's where everything finally got started. You know what I'm saying?
Slavery was sort of when they found out about slavery over in Texas. I know it was signed into action before that, but it was on June 19th, 1865 is when they found out about it.
The year.
Yeah, so
Frank, go ahead.
yeah, so it's it's about when they found out about it and just celebrating the fact that we're semi-free.
Juneteenth to me means when we can come together and know what the real meaning of us supporting each other. Because when you support a black business, supporting a black family. So it's us coming together when it's all doing versus trying to pull each other down, trying to uplift each other.
Final days that our people were actually free from slavery. It took just that long for that message to get all the way to Texas to finally end the last days of bondage for our people. So Juneteenth is really our independence day.
Do you think black people are free?
Not mentally.
Hell no.
Hell no. You heard that?
That ought to be the question, will we ever be free?
No, there's still a lot of systemic things that's holding us back. And I mean a lot. No.
It's a lot of racial discrimination still when it comes to black people. It's a lot of, I don't know how to say it, just not a level where black people can level up themselves in every area. You know what I'm saying? It's always something to bring us down, no matter what we're doing.
We're free to an aspect, but we still have a chokehold on us because that's the way the system was set up. But free your mind, prosper yourself, go to school, do what you gotta do to sustain yourself, and you should be all right.
No.
Whoa.
This answer is whoa, y'all.
No, we're not free. We just have a few more liberties than what we've always had. We get opportunity to go home, we get opportunity to go to work. But when you look at in social justice in this country, we got a governor in the state of Florida who's trying to take away everything with slavery, but then they don't give us everything that's right for ours. At the end of the day, everything that we enjoy today as people, our people invented. But they've taken it, they've taken credit for it, but we continue to allow them to do that because they put a few black people in place the more that's diminished what we have done. But we can't come together as people. If you pay attention, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Asians, even Africans that come over to this country, they come together and pull together. And they create and they establish together. But as soon as we can come together, that's why they divide us so much for putting guns in the neighborhood. They let young boys walk around and kill each other because they know that if we ever come together, we're the most powerful people on this earth. We are the original people.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. I don't know how to answer that one.
That's too much of a it's too high level.
Okay, so in any definition, according to your opinion, do you think black people are free?
I think we're trying.
Well, now, because of my position in society and my marketing and everything else, I'm going to say that there is still work to be done on both ends of the spectrum.
That is a loaded question. Almost. Not completely.
I actually believe that institutes of power use language to oppress minorities. Like 100%.
I agree. Okay. That's why I was challenging it. That's why I was challenging the question.
What do you think we can do in order to attain real freedom?
I think we should separate. Also, we should start our own business. Like we have disability day, it should be every day. You know, where we have everything we always needed. Our own laundry. Go back to what's in the 60s, in the 50s. That's my vision. And I also want my aspiration.
We gotta love ourselves and love each other. First and foremost, we gotta love ourselves and love each other. That's the first step. You know what I'm saying? After that, we can do anything.
We're not going to become free until we free ourselves of the hatred they put in between us during slavery days. They always put somebody in place to divide us. We got to stop letting those people divide us.
Come together, peace and unity among ourselves. Once we do that, ain't nothing we can't do.
Pray harder and ask God to order our footsteps. That's all I can think of. Nobody gonna teach us now. We don't teach each other.
Definitely more unified. An argument that I see every day is black men against black women. We need each other. So we should just come together and stop with the BS and do right by each other. And I think that we could do better as a community.
I completely agree. I think I need as many black women as I can get.
Well, we got to get on one accord. Get on one accord. That would be probably the first thing. Probably not all these different things, and just all get on like one accord and just come together.
I mean, as a white person, I don't think I have the knowledge base to answer this correctly. All I can do is like go with my friend and what he tells me, right?
I think we have to organize. That's the best thing to do, organize. Put all our money, resources, our minds together.
All right, I got one more question. If we do that, who get the whole money?
Who gets to hold the money?
You research as you want to, but if you ain't got no money, for the first point, you got no resources, you ain't got no way to assert yourself. Everybody trying to ask for a seat at the table, but if you ain't got a table yourself, then what's the problem? What you doing?
I appreciate you, man. Lord be with you, brother.
All right, bro.
I'm with the Isupk. We out here. We believe that unity thing. Black people, all black Spanish must come together. That's the only way we're gonna get where we at. But we do need some resources.
But we need resources. We need to come together.
Send niggas some money.
Yeah, we need.
We need to start our own businesses because we don't need to keep giving our money to everybody else. And we can do the same darn thing. That part right there.
A business?
Well, my husband and I, we do real estate a little bit and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, good. I appreciate you for stopping. Pat, you could have said something over there in the corner. You love black people, Pat? I'm gonna ask you some harder questions. Absolutely, that's why we out here. You better believe it. More than anybody, huh? We do. We tell the white man to his face we love black people.
Coming for the 808. From the ghetto to the boondocks, let's get it. From the sticks to the wood lot, let's get it. From the streets to the wood top, let's get it. We gon' make the whole hood rock. Hey. From the ghetto to the boondocks, let's get it. From the sticks to the wood lot, let's get it. From the streets to the wood top, let's get it. We gon' make the whole hood rock. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being Glock 9 toters, no hoses. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed as soldiers, but we surrounded by death and vultures. Way too many of my niggas end up on t-shirts and posters. You might be in harm's reach if you step on the nigga sneaks in the city of Palm Beach, so you better get 6 feet. No corona, but niggas gonna get on you up in Daytona. All we see is palm trees and beaches, just like California. No capping, we make it happen. It's either ball or rapping. My niggas up in Orlando, they ballin' just like the Magic and all of the baddest thick women live in Miami.
I chose St. George's University School of Medicine because at the time that I wanted to go into medicine, they were the only university that was willing to give me that chance.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under commanding General Yohana and not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Since 1969, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge has been teaching Black, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people that they are God's chosen people. And with being God's chosen people comes responsibilities. We went into an agreement with the Most High God of the universe, and now we have responsibilities, and that responsibility is to serve our God and not any other God, okay? So with that, this is the Monday night Florida Scripture Breakdown class, hosted by Priest and Officer 5000, Officer Kazak Damar, and he'll be in shortly. So if you have any questions or comments, either put them in the chat or jump in, get live with us, and you can ask the question live, okay? So with that, any of you brothers have anything you want to say, just go ahead and say Salakia. Sister, same. Got anything you want to say? Get in the chat live. Let us hear what you got. Any questions? We'll try our best to answer them.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a question. In the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 4 to 6.
Okay.
Let me read it, sir.
Let me get there real quick. Romans 7 and 6.
Verse 4 through 6, sir.
Chapter 4, verse.
Chapter 7.
Chapter 7.
Verse 4.
Verse 4 through 6.
Come.
What's your question?
Just a general breakdown.
You want a general breakdown? Okay. Go ahead and read it.
Come. Romans chapter 7, verse 4. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ, that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto God.
All right, we have to go up and get some context. Start at verse 1.
Come. Romans 7 and 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from the law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man.
Okay, stop right there. Okay, so this is, Paul going through basically saying, know ye not. So when at the beginning it says, know ye not. So he's saying, do you know this? You know what I mean? Do you know the law? Do you know what I'm about to get into? Know ye not, brother, for I speak to them that know the law. Paul's like, y'all know what time it is. You know what's going on. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Because most of these books that are written, Corinthians, Romans, is letters, and Paul is, you know what I mean, like trying to get brothers and sisters right, giving them advice or checking them in one way or another. You know what I mean? So Paul, is talking to brothers and sisters. Know ye not, brother, for I speak to them that know the law. He's talking to brothers and sisters in the school. I know y'all know the law, okay? I know y'all know what's going on. I know you know what the Lord wants and requires of you. Okay?
Right.
How that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. So the laws are everything to us, whether we keep them or not. If we keep them, we're good to go. We run the earth. The Lord is on our side. But if we don't keep them, then there's a consequence for that. Whether you believe it or not, whether you believe in the laws or not, there's a consequence for you not keeping them. Okay? 1 second. All right. So basically, that's Paul. Okay. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. You understand all that part, okay? If he dies, then she can go get married again, okay? Pick up at verse 4.
Come. Verse 4. Wherefore, my brother, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ. Salakia, sir.
That's okay. So that's your question.
That's I wanted to yeah, I was saying like I wanted a general breakdown of the two verses, but I got a question right here too, like
okay.
But a breakdown on this part right here, sir.
Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ. Right there.
Come, sir.
Okay. I don't want to give you the wrong breakdown, but because I don't remember exactly what it is, but what I'm 99% sure of right here. It said, wherefore, my brethren, ye also become dead to the law by the body of Christ. So even at this time, brothers and sisters were just like they are today. They was not keeping the law. They thought the laws were done away with, thanks to the Sadducees and Pharisees. And, they were worshiping other gods and stuff. And that's what Paul and them was doing back then. Christ raised them brothers up to do the same thing that we're doing today. Go and tell brothers and sisters that they change their life and stop doing what they're doing. Stop celebrating birthdays. Stop celebrating anything that's not in our records. Change your life and come back and serve the Most High God. Okay? Because at one point, even Paul himself, didn't feel like brothers and sisters could come back into the truth once they sinned. You understand?
So like this, sir.
Go ahead.
So like y'all, Officer Kazak said to let him up.
Oh shit! I didn't see him. The water. He's down here in the cut. Okay, most high Christ. Shalom, sir. Y'all Bashim Yashabak. Can you hear me?
Hey, shalom, Lord Christ. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Hey, I was just letting you know I had an issue with the library, so I'm moving. I'll be stationary in a second. I'm gonna tap in there.
Khan, sir.
All right, shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ. All right, the one y'all where we at? Yeah. Verse 4. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ. So, by Christ doing everything he did, now you're dead to the law that said if you oh shit. Hold on. I'm having an issue with the computer over here. I almost thought I lost you. Man, for a second, I thought I lost the whole thing. Okay, y'all can hear me?
Come.
Okay, Christ. I thought I lost the whole thing. Okay. All right. So well, okay. So right. So even at this time, right? Okay. Wherefore, my brethren, ye are also become dead to the law by the body of Christ. It's just like today. We tell brothers and sisters that, okay. Okay. So before Christ, right? The law was if you did something wrong, you died. Or if you did something, an eye for an eye. You know what I mean? The law was very physical. How, if I could put it like that, you understand the one, y'all?
Come.
The law was physical. If you didn't do this or do that, you got a physical punishment right then from the priest. Understand? That's why they brought that woman to Christ, because they were still doing it. They were still doing it. So they brought the woman to Christ, and they're like, the law says she's supposed to be stoned. What do ye say? And Christ, you know what I mean? Even before he left, he's like, nah, you just change your life. You come and serve the Most High. You understand? Change your life. And now, by Christ doing what he did, it allows everybody to come back to the Most High. You don't have to die because what you would smoke weed, because you were an adulterer. You don't have to die now. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not, it says that ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ. Like now, the law, that physical law is dead. You don't deal with that no more. Okay? Now, the laws are still valid. So if you don't keep the laws, something still is going to happen to you. You might get a disease. You might get hit by a truck or something. You know what I mean? There's still going to be a punishment, but it's not going to be a physical punishment from the law, which was the Levites. Understand?
Come.
Okay, go ahead. Keep reading.
Come another one. Come. That ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead. I need to break down this part too right here, sir.
Okay. Again, we're going to have to get Officer Kazak to back me up, but it says that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead. So now, basically, it's using an analogy that you shouldn't be, how can I say it? You're not going to serve another God. You're going to serve Christ now. Okay? And it's just an analogy saying that ye should be married to another. Okay? We have to get
Slug the other one.
Go ahead.
If I may, sir, that marriage to each other as we marry ourselves to Christ, would it be like as in it emphasizes on how we should stick to each other based on brotherhood?
Everything about our laws, everything about these statutes is brotherhood. So I could say yes to that, but okay, so let's start it from the top. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ, that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead. So it's basically saying that your allegiance should be to Christ. When you marry something or somebody, right? When you marry somebody, you make a life commitment to that person according to our laws. You make a life commitment to that person. So now, this is saying that you should make a life commitment. You should change your life, okay? You're dead from the law. The law is dead now. You don't have to do that. You're not going to get killed by the priest. So change your life and come back to the Most High and follow Christ. Make an allegiance to him. Serve him. Serve the Most High through Christ. Christ was laying down, giving the breakdowns of the law when he walked the earth. Okay? Christ is our king, is who we follow. He did it perfectly, so we follow him. So this is saying like an allegiance or a life commitment you would make when you marry somebody. Marry the truth. Marry these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And serve nobody else. Okay? You understand on the one, y'all?
Another one come.
Marry, basically, even to him who is raised from the dead. Okay? Follow Christ. Have a life allegiance to him. Okay? That we should bring forth fruit unto God. Okay? We follow Christ. Give our lives to him, to the Most High. And you know what I mean? Like, and we won't serve nobody else. Okay? Keep reading. So like, you understand that part?
Kind of, sir.
Okay, what do you not understand?
Okay,
Read
when it's
it and tell me, then just tell me, what you think it means or what you need me to break down for you.
another one come. Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ.
Right. So what Christ did now, the law, the physical law, the Levi priest will not kill you. That's dead. Okay, that's no longer in effect. You understand?
Come.
Okay, read.
That ye should be married to another.
Right now, you should be married to a different philosophy. Okay, now it's all about faith. Okay, I come back, I change my life, and the Most High is going to, bless his children. Okay, now it's not based off now your reality is no longer, if I do something wrong, the Levi priest is gonna come and kill me. Now, you know what I mean? It's, I don't want to do nothing wrong. I'm gonna serve God. I'm gonna change my life. You know what I mean? And only do what the Lord wants me to do. Okay.
Come.
Okay, go ahead.
Come. That we also like even to him who is raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto God. So Salakia, sir, like,
go ahead.
Is this Paul just telling us to have loyalty to each other?
No. Well, no, he's saying have loyalty to our law, our God. It just said right there at the end. Okay. That ye shall be married to another. Okay. Now Paul is saying that your allegiance should be to Christ, through Christ to the Most High. You understand?
Come.
We follow Christ. So if you are a real Christian, that means you follow Christ. Okay, now follow Christ and do what he did. If you do what Christ did, God darn, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? If you're married to Christ and you have an allegiance to him and you will never leave him, then you know what I mean? That's what you should be doing, basically. Okay, that we should bring, okay, wait a minute. That ye should be married to another. Don't be, you know what I mean? No longer should you be married to the old, way of, oh, I ain't gonna do that because the Levites are gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? Now be married to the thought that, I'm gonna follow Christ and do what he did, and the Most High is going to bless us again. You understand?
Come.
Even to him who is raised from the dead. That's who your allegiance should be to now. That we should bring forth fruit unto God. It's all about the Most High. You do what Christ did, and now you're going to go out and wake up other brothers and sisters. Your fruit is going to show. Okay, you're going to bring fruit to the Most High. Okay, you're not going to bring fruit to Easter Bunny now, or Thanksgiving, or Christmas. You're going to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Teach other brothers and sisters to do the same, and you know what I mean, raise up fruit to the Most High. You understand?
Come.
Okay, yeah, this verse 4 is basically saying Okay, you don't now you don't have to worry about being killed by the Levite priest. But what you want to do is change your life, have an allegiance to Christ, okay, and serve the Most High power and raise up good fruit for our power. You understand?
Come, come.
Okay, go ahead, keep reading.
Come, verse 5. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sins, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death.
There it is.
Right.
We was back then. Okay, that's heavy. We was married to sin. Okay, that's going to bring it back to verse 4. We was married to sin back then. Okay. Let me see. And yeah, and now it told you before, you should be married to Christ now. Okay. For when we were in the flesh, that's what we operated in. That's what that law was all about. It was physical, like I said. Okay. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, okay, if the motions of sin, if you sin, then there was a physical punishment for it right away. You understand? Did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. Some of those sins, it was unto death. And that's what we was married to. And now it's saying, be married to Christ and what he did, how he lived, these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand?
Come,
Okay, keep reading.
so verse 6. But now we are delivered from the law.
Right, we're no longer under that physical law. Not the law, statutes, and commandments, but the law of the Levites killing you if you was caught in adultery. That's proven because Christ didn't kill that woman, right?
Come.
Proven. We are dead to the law now. But now we are delivered from the law. The Levites, okay, the priests. Okay, keep reading.
That being dead, wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter.
Right. So now, basically, okay, so now it's changed. Now that's the whole thing I was saying earlier. Now you get a second chance. Christ gave that lady a second chance. You get a second chance, right? Like now, because Christ died, because Christ did everything he did, he became the lamb, the sacrifice. Now you don't have to physically die. You understand? You get a second chance. You can come back and serve the Most High now. You understand?
Come.
One y'all?
Another one, come.
Yeah, Officer Kazak.
The water, sir.
Had no sweat. No sign Christ.
Hey, Zalagi, sir.
Go ahead. Who's that?
It's Officer 50 up Park, sir.
What's going on, Warrior?
And not much, I don't want.
Mighty man.
If I may, I got a question. In Habakkuk chapter 3. I was just reading over it, and I came to verse 3 and verse 8, and I ain't really understand what it was saying. So
what was the book again?
Habakkuk chapter 3.
Habakkuk.
He's talking about Habakkuk. Habakkuk.
Okay. Who's that? That's opposite. Who said that?
Yeah, that was me.
Right, so I'm not letting. Oh, okay. Most High Christ, sir. I was like, okay, I didn't let anybody else on yet because I thought you had went out, so I can let other people on the stage. Hold on one second, sir. All right, so we got.
Yeah, I'm finna drop it a second and pull up on the laptop. So.
Okay. We got 9 people in, so I won't let nobody else in till you do that. Come back in. All right. Habakkuk. Okay. The book of Habakkuk. Let's go there. What verse? Chapter and verse?
Chapter 3, verses 3 and verses 8.
3 and 8.
Come on, sir.
Hold on. 3 and 8. Okay, go ahead and read it. Slaki, what was your question again?
So like I ain't have a specific question. I just wanted to know like what it was talking about in these verses. I ain't understand them. So like,
okay, you starting at verse 8.
Verse 3 is the first one, and verse 8 is the second one.
Oh, okay. Well, just start at verse 1 then.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verses 3. I mean, so like verses 1.
Right.
A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, upon Shigionoth. Verse 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy.
Go ahead.
Verse
You
3.
understand that part?
So like you, sir?
You understand that?
Not really, sir.
Okay. That's heavy, man. Habakkuk is you got me saying Habakkuk. Boy, God darn it. Habakkuk, God darn it.
So
Habakkuk, okay?
Habakkuk.
Right, Habakkuk. Brother, he said something I ain't never said before. Habakkuk, okay? All right, so this brother is asking for mercy from the Most High right off the ripper, okay? Right off the top, okay? He praying for it. This is a prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet unto Shigionoth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. Like, we should be afraid today. We read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, we should be afraid. Because he's laying down the curses. You understand? That we're still under today, 2023, blacks, Hispanics, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people are cursed. So damn the Christian church got people out here talking about they blessed. Because we're not. We're under a curse right now today. No way around it. We're cursed right now. Does the ghetto look like a blessing to you? Does black people getting shot in the street look like a blessing to you? Does our condition look like a blessing? We're cursed right now today. Okay? Oh Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. Oh Lord, revive the work of in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. Like, ooh-wee. He's saying throughout these years, you know what I mean? He's asking for us to be revived, to come to be our eyes to be open again. You understand? Like when we go out to camp and we try to open brothers and sisters' eyes, it's like that. We out there and he's praying to the Most High that brothers and sisters, that he will pour his spirit back into the earth. That he will, you know what I mean, revive us, basically. Bring us back to life. Okay? And wrath, remember mercy. When you punish us, Lord, please remember your mercy. Because our God is merciful. Okay? And that's what Habakkuk is asking for. You understand? Papa.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead and read verse 3.
Come. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of praise.
Most High in Christ. This was a time when, you know what I mean, we served the Most High. You know what I mean? We praised him. Okay? Go ahead.
Khan. And his brightness was as the light. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands, and there was the hiding of his power.
Got the, I don't know that part. Is that what you needed broke down?
I need that broke down too. Well, I was asking about, it said the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One out of Paran.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may add one, that God, is that the Most High, or power came out of Teman, like as in like a force, or is it the Most High itself, the power of the Most High?
Well, it's a capital G, so he is talking about the Most High. Okay. I don't remember this breakdown. I don't remember this breakdown. Okay. So we might want to save this one for Officer Kazak. He can pick it up. So we'll just hold your question. Okay. Hold where you at.
Come on, sir.
Officer Kazak get in here. I'll let him take this because I do not, this verse 4, I do not remember this. Okay. And the brightness was as the light. Like, I understand that. It had horns coming out of his hands, and there was the hiding of his power. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll see if Officer Kazak if he remembers it. So just hold that, and we'll get back to that when he jumps back into the class. Okay. Anybody else got any questions? Any other questions? Okay. Come on.
Sir. In the Sabbath service, right? The other one, Officer Tamayam, he went. He went over the constellations and the constellations, the stars being the fruit, and that in the Sabbath service, but I didn't get it completely when I went over the verse again in Revelations 22. If it's possible, I don't want if I could just get a more clear breakdown on Revelations 22 verses 1, 2, yeah, just 1 and 2.
Revelations?
Khan, chapter 22, verse 1 and 2.
22, 1 and 2. Okay. Let's see if I can help you. Go ahead. Now, you said this is because Officer Thumb and Yum talked about the when Adam got raised up and the Most High spoke to the stars.
Khan, and yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't understand it fully.
Hold on, let me ask you this. When he brought that up and when he was talking about that should have been in the book of Genesis, not Revelation, right?
Khan.
So why are we in Revelation?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Cause in Genesis it speaks about the tree of life, and that's the breakdown. Revelation 22, that's the breakdown of the tree of life.
Oh, okay, I got you. Tree of life. Okay, we're at the tree of life. Okay, because he said, okay, all right. Go ahead and yeah, the tree of life has nothing to do with the constellations, though.
Wait, is it the tree? Yeah, this is the tree of life. Cause I got it in my Revelation 22. I got that notes. I remember asking Captain Mashak this question.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying when he said in the Sabbath service, Officer Thumion was talking about the constellations.
Come on, come on.
Go ahead and read it, Yeshaya, because
Come on.
okay, go ahead.
Come on. This is Book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 1. And he shewed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeded out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. Verse 2. And in the midst of the streets of it, and on neither side of the river was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruit, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
Okay, 1 through 3. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. Okay, so basically, I would like to, Officer Kazak, to break this down, but basically right in here, what we're saying is he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and out of the Lamb. So basically, it sounds like to me this is the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, the Lord is showing you how to live. Okay, when he showed Adam, you saying this is about the seasons, right? Is that what you said?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
It was about the fruit being constellations. That's the only thing I was, wanting to have a breakdown on. Be the fruit being constellations. As I just didn't understand it at the time when the other one broke it down in the Sabbath service. So I was just hoping maybe if I could get maybe a detailed, not detailed more breakdown on that, on the fruit being constellations.
Salakia.
Yes, sir.
Salakia. Is you talking about the crystals or specifically the 12 stones? Or the 12 what are you talking about?
Yeah, the 12, it says, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. That is in verse 2, Revelations 22, verse 2.
Give me 1 second. Let me get there. And the shock, boy, you almost had, I was like, man, the shock don't need my help.
Oh, shit, sir. I'm still learning, like I'm still under you.
So that boy got it. He got it.
Sorry, Christ.
Out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
No.
I can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you clearly, sir.
Is it a delay? Is it a delay? I think it's a delay. All right, most high Christ. All right, and you say y'all at Revelation what?
Chapter 22, verse 1 through
what?
3.
Oh, there is a delay.
Chapter 22, verse 1 through 3.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Khan says it's basically it ends at the end of 2. I don't know. But I mean,
right, okay. No sweat.
The question ends at 2, right?
Come on, come.
All right. Damn. All these damn windows. Bear with me 1 second. Is Thumayum in the class?
Sir.
Salakia, sir.
Thumayum's not in the class?
Sir. I
Yo.
don't see him.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Mashal.
I think I was in the class also on Saturday, even I was working, but I was listening. Officer Kamayam was talking about the laws and commandments, where Adam get those things from. He was breaking down where Adam get that knowledge from. I think that's what the officer also didn't get pretty well, where the breakdown of that, where Adam would get those that knowledge. But Officer Cameron was talking about the constellation. He was talking about the tree of life means this, means that. And so, a long time ago, we used to check the stars to see, to know what we have to do, what we can do about things, how we can plant or our crops and everything. I think that's what the officer was talking about.
I got what? I got 9 people in, right? I know the brothers watching. So somebody reach out to Thumayum because I'm trying to figure out how you get this. Let me just go ahead and go to the script, right? This is Revelations 22, and it was 1 through 3, and he said, he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruit and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and servants shall serve him. So when it's talking about that river clear as crystal, from what I remember about that breakdown, that was people, right? Nashak, I'm asking if you remember that part of the breakdown. Do you remember that part or no?
Do not remember.
Okay.
I don't remember this break.
Yeah, so he showed the river. I got this from General Mahime. He broke that down. That river was like, it's like a sea of people. If you ever heard somebody say something like that, proceeding out of the throne or whatever. In the midst of it was a street. Like, all right, now there's the direction. On either side was a river, and there was the tree of life, which bear the 12 manner of fruits. Of course, what the shot was giving you about the tree of life is in Deuteronomy 30 and 19. The law, statutes, and commandments are what lead to life.
Right.
Thou shalt do this, thou shalt do that. If God say thou shalt not do it and you do it, you're going to die. If God say do it and you don't do it, you die. So therefore the life is in the commands, right? The 12 manner of fruit. I'm not sure what that is. That's what you were saying, Nishak. You didn't remember the breakdown on the 12 manner of fruit?
Come.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I don't remember what that is, but I can get the answer. Her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So that's like offspring of those things. Like the commandments come from, you have laws, you have statutes, and then you have the commandments. So like the tree of life was the ability to keep laws, right? And that's what heals the nations is that. But that 12 manner of fruit, I'm gonna have to go and ask General Muhammad about that. If you don't remember, Nishad.
No, sir, I do not remember.
Because I got this breakdown like 6-7 years ago. I definitely remember asking what was the river or the water of life. Though I do remember asking that because I was when I was a Rasta, we used to teach that tree was weed. Just telling. I needed that breakdown, and I do got a delay because it took y'all 5 seconds to hear what I said. So y'all bear with me. Was there a question that somebody asked earlier that you said we was gonna come back to and I got on?
Colonel Khan, Officer Hapak, are you there?
Who asked this, Yeshaya?
Colonel Khan, sir. The one we're on right now is Officer Yeshaya.
Is Thamayam here on here?
I hit him and told him to jump into class. He has not responded yet, sir.
Colonel Khan.
All right, no sweat. If he come in, I'll get him because I know he remembered the breakdown. If he was breaking it down on Saturday, it might be something we missing about the breakdown, and it'll help us understand the brother's question. If you were specifically, Yeshaya, asking about those 12 manner of fruit and is yielding those 12 months, I don't remember the breakdown right now. If it comes to me, I get it. Other than that, go ahead and text it to me, and I'll get you the answer by next week. All right. Pop, you
Colonel Khan, sir. Salaki.
Go ahead. What was the question that you asked?
My question was in Habakkuk, chapter 3.
That boy saying it right now.
I didn't. Salaki.
So he's saying it right now. Habakkuk.
Colonel Khan. I didn't have a specific. I didn't have a specific question. I was just kind of like trying to. I was reading, and there's a lot of it I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just asked for a general breakdown of some of the stuff.
Breaking it down. What verses was it? And Habakkuk.
Khan, it was verse 3. Now I'm adding 4 and verse 8.
All right. So since I got a little delay, I'm gonna just read it for myself, even though y'all brothers is showing up to class. You know what I'm saying? I want to commend y'all brothers for being in this class because it was a lot of Monday nights. Officer of 5,000, Nashak was down there reading for me. You know what I'm saying? He earned his rank. So I'm glad y'all brothers here to put y'all brick in and gain y'all rank. And hopefully one day y'all niggas outrank me so I can read for y'all. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 1. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet of Sigignath. Salakia. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath, remember mercy. He broke that one down, right?
Khan, sir.
It's a prayer that Habakkuk is praying to God that in the years he will make known. You know what I'm saying? Now he's praying for wrath. And during that wrath, that you remember that you have mercy. And we be praying the same thing. We want the Lord to destroy this wicked place that we in, but we want him to have mercy on us at the same time. So Habakkuk is doing the same thing when he's here. Verse 3, God came from Teman and the Holy One of Mount Parah, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. You said you didn't understand that?
Khan. I was trying to figure out, where it says God came from Teman and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Like, what is he saying there?
Yeah, so you know where Teman is, right?
Sir.
You gotta know where Teman is.
Slakia, sir.
All right, start there. Somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
Is Teman like so is Teman mentioned in the book of Psalms 83?
Yes, yes.
Slovakia.
Go ahead.
T-Man is the Germans, I believe, right?
Come.
Oh, Salakia, sir. It says Teman is in the land of Edom, and is the grandson of Esau. Salakia, sir, you on mute.
Can y'all hear me now?
Come, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I was off the screen, so whoever got some control, just make sure that don't happen. What I said is, I was saying T-Man is from Esau. T-Man came from Edom. So Habakkuk is about to watch. You got to remember in Obadiah and in all these other prophets, they was breaking down how the Lord was going to destroy Esau, who is the white man, right? He said he was going to tear down his kingdoms and so on and so forth. So this prayer that Habakkuk is praying is saying, while you are destroying this place, have mercy. He's praying for mercy. You with me?
Come, sir.
All right, I'm going to read it again now that you know what's going on. We gave the context of prayer, Habakkuk the prophet upon Shignik. I don't know how to pronounce that word. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years, and in the midst of the years, meaning these years, this thing that's going on right now, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. Meaning, like, even though you mad, have mercy. God came from Teman and the Holy One from Mount Paran. So both of these places are getting destroyed. His glory covered the heavens. It's talking about the Most High, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. That's what your question is?
Come, the horns.
Yeah, so he had horns coming out of his hand. When you see horns, what do they use? If you think of like a bull or a rhino or anything, they use a horn.
Okay.
To strike, Salaki.
To do what?
To strike.
Yeah, like a lot of people wouldn't even be afraid of these animals, but it's not for them horns. I mean, people see frogs all the time. They see one with horns, something ain't right, right? The horns are used to strike. So what he's talking about is him bringing vengeance upon Edom or Esau or Teman, as he said it here, and Paran. So he's describing in the vision what he saw. Habakkuk is getting his vision. He's making his prayer. He said the Lord was coming from these places that he's destroying, and he's shining. His brightness was as a light. He had horns coming out of his hands, meaning he ready to do damage. And there was the hiding of his power. So like if he put his hands together, then you can't see these horns. You get what I'm saying or no?
Come, sir.
All right, so if you keep reading, it says, before him went the pestilence and the burning coals went forth at his feet. This is just like, it's like called figurative language. It's him breaking down the glory of the Most High and how fierce he looked when he's striking this particular place, Teman, the Edomites, when he's You know what I'm saying? Doing damage to the. And anybody know why he was doing damage to them?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Because of what they did, to us, like the transatlantic slave trade and throughout history before that. Salaki.
But this was before the transatlantic slave trade, but we've been enemies with Esau since before we came out of the womb. Jacob and Esau was fighting before they was born. So of course, once we establish ourselves as nations, them same children fighting right now today. I don't know if y'all seen where the white police officer was arrested for saying that he can't wait for the race wars to start so he can start killing niggas. Anybody seen that?
Come on.
General Muhammad was just the other night, right? You asking why the hell these devils so mad at you? What you did to them? It's been like that from the beginning. God ordained it to be like that. You was supposed to be on top though, but you ain't do nothing the Lord said. So now your enemies rule over you. But in this particular thing, the prophet is seeing this is I want to say Habakkuk. Let me see. I want to say he is contemporary with Obadiah. He's contemporary with some of the other prophets too, because what's going on in Obadiah, Obadiah is prophesying that the Lord was going to destroy Esau. Right? So he's just seeing this in a vision, and he's like basically breaking down how he's seeing this. So it's a bunch of figurative language. Don't get caught up into that. That's basically what's going on. Obadiah is praying, hey, the Lord about it. It's no different than right now. A lot of people don't want America to be destroyed because they scared of what's going to happen to them. Well, he in the midst of this, right? Whatever captivity this is, he's in the midst of it. The Lord is destroying T-Man and Paran, and he's asking that he has some mercy. And now he's seeing the greatness and describing it in this book. Verse 6, he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Kashan in affliction. That's another one of them places over there. And the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. So these are the nations trembling at the power of the Most High. Verse 8, was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou did ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation? That's the part you needed broke down?
Come on, sir.
So he's asking questions to these nations, right? The first question is, was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Like, did the Lord have a problem with the river? Why he riling it up against y'all? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation? These nations was strong, right? They had armies. It's no different than like with Egypt. This was the most powerful nation in the world, where you see the Lord use something as simple as the Red Sea to drown them niggas just because they was messing with his people.
Okay.
If Israel would have went to war with Egypt, they would have lost. It took divine intervention. You know what that means, right? I mean, God got it. Well, it's the same way now. This is like a precursor to what's going on now. Nigga, you want to go fight the U.S. military? They got Predator drones and bombs and all of that. It's going to take for God to get involved for us to have salvation. It's not going to be in your chariots and your horses. You know what chariots and horses is? It was a symbol of, what you would use with might and strength and all of that and power. So he's asking them a question. The Lord can use the sea and the wind and the rain and the locusts. He don't even gotta do nothing. Like, all right, you ain't got no food. Damn locusts that ate all your food. Now what you gonna do?
So like it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So is that basically saying like you were just saying like the flies and the locusts and everything like that? Like is that would be like um uh for lack of a better word like a chariot of salvation that is used.
Um, I mean, we used COVID like that.
Con.
Even though I lost two brothers that I knew from COVID, it destroyed a lot of what Esau, right,
Con.
had built up. He didn't know how to fight it. It was they was calling it the invisible enemy. Your black ass been the enemy for forever, but it was an invisible enemy, and they ain't know how to fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
They can't do nothing like that's what I'm saying. He used a whole what's the word they called it? A pandemic to fight against the powerful. They think their bombs is going to save them. Their guns is going to save them. He can destroy them without that. Give me Psalm 79. I'll give you a precept to this. Psalm 78. Somebody give me Psalm 78.
Con. This is Psalm 78. You want verse 1?
Hold on 1 second. Nah, I don't
Con.
want verse 1. Let me see where I want to start at. Somewhere around 45. Let me see.
Still like the other one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it's 48 you want?
Yeah, let's start at 43.
43. Con.
Yeah.
It's Psalm 78 verse 43.
Matter of fact, start at 42.
How he had.
Here we go.
Con.
Here we go.
Verse 40, verse 42.
I hear you over there laughing.
They remember
You know,
not.
we're gonna be like, all right, man, just start at 1. Nah, go ahead. 42. Go ahead.
Con.
Well, somebody was over there laughing. I knew they were like this. Here go, because it's Kazak. Yeah, 42.
Con. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 42. They remember not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. How that wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan.
Is he breaking up only on my end?
He had
Y'all can
turned
hear him
their
clearly?
rivers into blood.
He breaking
and
up.
their floods
I can't hear.
that they
Hold on 1 second.
could not drink.
He can't even hear me.
He
Salak,
sent
y'all.
divers
Can y'all
sorts
hear?
of flies. Salaki.
Can I
He
hear?
sent diverse sorts of flies among them and devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them.
Who read?
Verse 46.
Still like the other one.
Yeah, what happened?
No, I could hear the brother read, but I don't know if he heard you. I don't want.
Y'all heard me?
I could hear you, sir, but he was breaking up to me. He was breaking up.
Okay, all right. I thought it was just on my end because I didn't know. All right, and then when I was saying Shalom, hey, Thomayum said he's on the UPK Duval page. Boy, that got comfortable on that page. When he come in, I want him to come up. We can get back to that question. The one I said I was gonna have, because if we can get down to the bottom, if he remembers the breakdown, then I won't have to go and ask the question, and we can get the brother to answer tonight. But he was breaking up. Can I get somebody else to read it?
Come on.
Verse 40, start at verse 44. So basically, this is what it's saying. It's Psalms. Basically, David is remembering when the Lord was destroying Egypt, when the same thing I was just telling y'all about, right? Egypt got this strong army. The Israelites is in there. They working under hard bondage up under the Egyptians. They serving them. They, treating them the same way you get treated at your job now.
Right.
Do this work, nigga. Know what I'm saying? You supposed to be an employee of the damn month, but you about to get fired. You lucky we need workers, or we would have already fired you. Right? So he's telling about how the Lord delivers us up out of there. This is what I was talking about. What Habakkuk was seeing in that when he was praying that prayer, he was seeing the Lord destroying Edom, Esau, the same way he destroyed the Egyptians when he saved us up out of there. So that's what it's talking about. Now, he's saying they forgot what the Lord did when he brought us up out of there. And now he's about to go through the things that God did, right? Start at verse 44. Whoever reads.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 44. And he had turned their rivers, into blood, and the floods that they could not drink. Verse 45.
Remember what's going on when you go into I believe it's the Exodus, right? And the whole river is turned into blood. It's like some type of red thing, and if they drinking it, they getting sick. Remember, all of this stuff is happening. These are plagues that plagued Egypt that helped destroy the most powerful army on the face of the earth. So like right now, it's all good. You got your guns, you got your bombs, you got everything. But what if you ain't got no damn water?
Right.
That changes the game automatically. Go ahead to verse 45.
Verse 45. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which devoured them, which destroyed them.
Man, listen.
Verse 40.
If niggas got to sit outside for 5 minutes with them damn mosquitoes, it's a wrap. I can only imagine how they is where you at, Yeshaya. I ain't never been there, but I would imagine there's some big ass mosquitoes in Africa. I don't know. Florida's might be bigger. I don't know. But I would just imagine that. But anyway.
Oh my gosh, where I am too.
Still like if I could.
What did you say, Michelle? Yeah, go ahead, Yeshaya.
Even where I am too, sir, and Lehigh, Fort Myers, those mosquitoes are too.
Hold on, Michelle. Hold on, Michelle. Hey, let's make sure we in order now. When you say Salakia, you gotta wait until you called on before you speak, or else we'll all be talking at the same time. Yeshaya, what you were saying?
No, I wasn't saying the Florida mosquitoes. They bigger.
Those are
bigger
mosquitoes.
than
Damn. All right, never mind. I bet y'all got bigger flies. I named the wrong insect.
God.
Some big flies in Africa. I seen them. I seen them on them little Ethiopian kids. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. Let me just read it for the sake of time. He gave us also he gave also their increase unto the caterpillar and their labor unto the locust. So this is all right. So remember, the water was messed up. They couldn't drink the water, right? Floods came. They had floods. He sent flies among them. He sent frogs among them. The caterpillars started eating they wood and stuff like that. The locusts started eating they call it their labor he gave unto the locusts. So like, look, all this stuff, you wouldn't think it'll bring down a strong army, right? But now they ain't got no water, they ain't got no food. Their living situation is different because, like, even when you start talking about termites and different things like that, all of that stuff comes into play. This is all things that's created by the Most High. All of it.
Salaki, Adwan.
You know why they would Indian rain dance and praying for rain? Because they ain't have no food. You ain't getting no corn. You ain't getting no wheat. You ain't getting nothing if it don't rain. All of this is in the hands of the Lord, and niggas think it's up to them.
Right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Everything you do,
Right,
it's
right.
got something to do with involved or not. Masha, I stopped you. You had something. I couldn't hear what you were saying because the brother was talking. What you were saying? I think he was talking about mosquitoes in Fort Myers.
Salakia, sir, I was thinking about the same thing too. The mosquito where I live, they are very big. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe Florida got bigger mosquitoes than Africa. What about them flies though? Get back. Anyways, verse 48, right?
Salaki, Adwan.
Somebody else said Salaki? Yeah, go ahead.
Come, sir. Would this be like a military tactic where they say where they would starve out a city or something like that?
This is
'Cause,
not a military tactic. This is it was a military tactic for Israel because they could not have won. They could not have defeated Egypt without the Lord getting involved. This is all stuff that the Most High did to Egypt.
Right.
The Israelites was in there too, probably worried to death. Remember, if you ain't put that blood on your doorpost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the angel of death didn't pass you when the firstborn of every Egyptian was killed. God did that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So don't look at it like this is a war tactic. I mean, it is, but remember the Bible said God is a man of war. So it's a war tactic that he's using to defend the children of Israel. I keep saying it now. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's some stupid nigga think that they gonna buy enough guns from the white man to go to war with the white man. And then he gonna have all them guns, and the white man gonna stop selling him bullets.
Right.
I say this all the time. Before niggas start talking about going to war with the white man, we need to find a nigga that know how to make toilet paper.
Right.
Right.
It's the simple things in life. This is what I was talking about when we was reading in Habakkuk. When we was reading in Habakkuk about him praying, he was praying that these things that the Lord is sending to destroy Esau and him, he was praying for mercy at the same time, right? So I just brought this through. We was doing the same thing in Egypt. The Lord was destroying that. You got to remember, even when they was in the wilderness, they was like, man, at least in Egypt, we had flesh pots and all of that, man. This nigga Moses done brought us out here to die.
Right.
Take us back.
Right.
I always say it's going to be the same way. If the Lord destroy America, niggas going to be like, damn, at least we had food stamps, bro. I used to go to San
Right.
Because our people don't understand rulership. They rather somebody feed them than to have their own food.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia, son. On the same topic that you're talking about, I don't know if you know what's going on right now in Haiti. The U.S. government just open the border, not the border, open. The Haitian people don't even need visa to come here. It's just like you present yourself with a paper and you get into an airplane and got here. It's a program. I don't know what kind of program that is, but every time you try to talk to them and to say there is some repercussion behind that, They don't do that for no reason. They want to kill you. Your own Haitian people want to kill you because you want to tell them that these oppressors don't do anything for no reason. Now thousands of Haitians without visa and everything just coming here every month. I don't know if you know about that. It's a program for 4 countries, but when you're talking about what the oppressor want to do to them and what to do to the country that they come from, which is Haiti, they want to kill you for that.
Um,
I don't know why
Salaki,
I
sir.
keep muting me. What you talking about is the same thing we talking about uh, on a more modern scale, right? In the same way that if you start talking about the government, well, it ain't no damn government in Haiti, right? The government is out the way.
La,
The gangs is running
la,
right now,
turn on
right?
the
Ain't the
answer.
gangs running? Yeah, okay. I know I seen bodies
Turn
in
on
the
the
street.
answer.
Officer Yatazar been showing us all this drama that's going on where they walking around with people heads on a stick and all kind of like it's the 1800s and it's 2024. It's ridiculous over there in Haiti. Now you saying that your people could come over here, or they don't need a visa because it's so bad over there. The U.S. government is letting them come over here, and when they get over here, you start telling them about the crimes that the government has committed against Black people, against Haitian people, against Hispanic people, against Jamaican people, so-called. All of these are so-called names against all these people. They want to fight you on that because they love their oppressor. That's why our
right.
people love their oppressor. You think it's just Negroes?
Right.
It's your people too, huh? It's Levite, the tribe of Levi, which is the Haitian people. They love their oppressor as well. We went out to Haitian Flag Day down in O, and we asking them. They got pride about Haiti, not realizing that they was placed in slavery up under the French, and that's why they speak Creole. Same way we was
Right.
placed in slavery up under the English people, why we speak English. And the same way our Hispanic brothers and sisters was placed in slavery up under the Spaniards, and that's why they speak Spanish. They don't understand that the culture they think is not their culture. This is why brothers like y'all are needed. The officers that's in this troop to teach Black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people their real culture. Before your oppressor had power to do what he did to you, you were the children of Israel. The same people that came up out of Egypt, the same people that was up under Babylon in the Babylonian captivity, the same people that was under the Assyrians, the same people that was under the Greeks, the same people that was under Rome is now the same niggas in America trying to find out what their identity is. We trying to attach ourselves to everything else, not even realizing that your story has been taken by your oppressor, and he pretending like he you. I don't know what we're gonna do, Masha. If you trying to freedom, right? You trying to freedom. Remember what he said on the Matrix? It's some people so hopelessly. What they said, they got so much hope into the Matrix that they will kill you for trying to freedom.
Canada don't counsel. That's true.
They want to stay asleep.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
If they stay asleep, they can keep watching Sexy Red. They can keep getting high. You trying to wake these niggas up? They want to get high, nigga. Might want to hear all that you talk about the oppressor. Where the hoes at? Salaki. Go ahead. Somebody said Salaki.
Con, sir. Officer Park. What you saying is heavy, man, cause it's crazy. Like, you know, they will literally try to kill you. You know what I mean? Just so they can continue to get, you know, a crumb instead of the whole pie. You know what I'm saying?
What you say? Can you repeat that?
Con. I said it's heavy what you saying because they will literally, you know what I'm saying, try to kill you for the crumbs instead of wanting the whole pie.
Absolutely. That's what we've been trained to do. We dying over damn neighborhoods. I did a lecture back in the day. Me and Matazapah, we're gonna bring that joint back. It was called "The Kingdom of Heaven is Black Supremacy," right? And in that lecture, I brought out how Alexander the Greek, who people call Alexander the Great, he said, now think about this, Nishak. Brothers is around here fighting for a block, a neighborhood. More than likely, they don't own a house on the neighborhood. They just was raised there. You know what I'm saying? They fighting for a block. Alexander the Greek, who people call Alexander the Great, said, there are many worlds. I have not yet conquered one.
Wow.
This nigga want this devil want the whole world, and these niggas is fighting for a neighborhood. Niggas is fighting over a woman. That for a minute. How far behind? I just did some interviews, some white supremacists, and one of them, he claimed that he was like 18, 17, 18 years old, right? The other one said he was like 24. And I thought about what I was doing at that age. I wasn't gearing up to fight for my people. I was destroying my people at that age. I was poisoning my own neighborhood, willing to kill my own brother, about $50, $100, some old stupid stuff like that. Here you got everybody else in the world is talking about advancing, leveling up. What's wrong with us? Y'all know what's wrong with us, right? Anybody know what's wrong with us?
So like,
y'all quiet. Yeah, come on. I don't get no quiet class preaching no damn sermon. Whoever says Salakia, go ahead.
Con. We destroy for a lack of knowledge.
Absolutely. Them curses that said Deuteronomy 20:28, them curses that said what happened to us, like now we can't even imagine ourselves in positions of power. That's what we're talking about. Mashah is down there trying to tell his Haitian brothers, the tribe of Levi, as they coming over here, try to escape the hell that the Lord has got going on down there in Haiti, that this ain't your home. This ain't your safe haven. You're hated here just like you are in Haiti. Maybe even more. The enemy is bigger. You ain't safe. You think because you got away from all the gang violence and stuff that's going on in Haiti, you think America brought you here to be your savior? They brought you here to be a slave. How do we know? Because we already been over here for 500 years doing this. Let me get back to the Lord destroying Egypt in hopes that he'll do the same exact damn thing to America. This is Psalms chapter 78. Get us up out of here. Sick of this. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Wish your hour shot come back tonight. Sick of this.
Right.
People struggling. All right, I was at 46, right? He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar and their labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail. Think about that. He destroyed their vines with hail and their sycamore trees with frost. I remember, right, in Florida, I think it's a place called Plant City where it's like one of the places where they grow strawberries at, right? I remember one time it froze in like November, December, and it stayed freezing for like 2 weeks. And I was watching the news, and they said in those 2 weeks where it stayed below freezing, they thought that the strawberry industry took a hit of about $2 billion in 2 weeks. $2 billion with a B dollars in 2 weeks Me with my simple ass at the time was like, dang, it's $2 billion worth of strawberries in Florida. Like, listen, I'm in the wrong profession. These little dime sacks ain't gonna get it. I need a damn strawberries. $2 billion? Are y'all serious? The Lord destroyed the whole industry in 2 weeks. That's crazy talk. Anyways, it says he destroyed their vines with hail, their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to hail, and their flocks the hot thunderbolts. So thunder and lightning took this out. He cast upon them the fiercest of his anger, wrath, indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So yeah, if you run across an evil angel, he ain't falling. The Lord sent them. Anyways, the whole point I was trying to bring out was the answer to the brother's question. He was showing the power, might, and strength of the Lord by way of him destroying Edom. That's what Habakkuk was praying for. You understand, Hapop? Had me go off on a whole rant to break this down for you. But you know how I do, so you've been around. Anybody else had any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
So, just on topic, right? I just want to ask a question where it says, remember in thy wrath, remember thy mercy. Um, uh, um, the scripture in Revelations that says, "Hurt not the oil or the wine." Could you use a precept as that, or could it be a precept?
I wouldn't use that as a precept. When he's saying hurt not the oil or the wine in Revelations, go to it. Let's look at it real quick. Sister Koraya say they letting the Levites come over here from Haiti because they need people for the draft. I ain't even think about that. That's crazy. That's kind of heavy, sis.
Wow. That's heavy. That's heavy.
I see the sisters in class too. I did give a shout out to the brothers. I see the sisters in class too. Most High in Christ for y'all. Go ahead, Yeshaya.
Khan. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verse 6.
Let me get there. With you.
Counsel.
Revelation 6 and 6. Hurt not the wine. Go ahead and start at 5.
Khan. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Go to verse 6, sir.
What verse you at?
I'm now at the beginning
You stopped because you wanted me to break that down?
No, sir. I thought maybe you were gonna say, I didn't know if you wanted to say something on the verse.
You see that in the shot? That's your Shia's way of saying break the damn verse down. All right, let me break it down for you. I got you. No sweat. And verse 4. And there went out another horse. What verse you just read?
Verse 5, sir.
All right, and when he had opened the third seal. So this is what's going on. He's seeing the angels come down and they got these seals. And as they open them, different things happen on the earth. So like he gonna open one, then the sea turned this way. He opened this one. And this is all a vision that John is seeing on the island of Patmos, right? That the Lord is sending him. And a lot of this revelation looked like some of the same stuff that Daniel was seeing in his visions in the book of Daniel. That's why a lot of people don't go into Revelations because they don't understand it, because they've taken it literally when it's all visions that the brother John was seeing, that the Lord was giving him, and it all means something that's way heavier or way simpler than how he's describing it. So in verse 5, he said, when he had opened the seal, right, I heard the third beast say, come and see, and behold, and lo, a black horse. So when you're going through, you'll see different people sitting on horses. There's one sitting on a red horse. There's one sitting on a black horse. There's one sitting on a pale horse, right? This one's talking about the one sitting on a red horse. Now, this ain't a literal nigga sitting on a horse, but it means something. And he sat on him, had a pair of balances in his hand. What's a balance?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It's you know when you weigh something for say for instance for food, and you buy like a pound of meat and then they put a pound of cancer.
Right. It's a scale, right? The balances. He had a scale in his hand. Go ahead to verse 6.
Verse 6.
See, that
and
wasn't
I
that
heard
hard,
of
Yeshai.
Salaki,
You already knew that. You already knew the breakdown. See, you answered it.
Salaki, verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four. Salaki, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
So now this is talking about like when things ain't right. You know how you go into the store with like $60 and you might get 3 or 4 things now? It's not supposed to be that way. Right? This is one of the seals being opened, where now you paying something that's worth something ain't worth nothing, and stuff that's worth nothing is very expensive. That's what it's talking about. So in this one, it's not talking so much about like how I just broke that down with you paying a lot more money for stuff that ain't worth it. It's more so the stuff that's supposed to be valuable has no value. So you as a seller can't make the money that you need to make off of it. Wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny. So what he's saying is the voice of that's coming from out of here is saying that the stuff that's supposed to be value has no value. The things that people need to eat, you can't make no money off of it. And he was asking or see that at this particular time, the oil and the wine was the only thing that you could get your money's worth off of. So that's a totally different breakdown than what Habakkuk was seeing in his vision or in his prayer. It's not really the same. You can kind of use it that way. That's why I had you come to it, but it's not literally the same thing. I wouldn't use it to break that down. Like if I was explaining to somebody, I wouldn't bring them here because then now you got to go through breaking down the whole vision John is saying and going through all of that I just did. And it's not going to help them understand what Habakkuk was talking about. When you use a precept, Akim, you want the precept to simplify something that's being said. So like if he's saying something and it's heavy, you want to go to a simple so that it can break down what's heavy. Like how Christ did it. He made all it. Listen, Christians want to be the deepest people on the damn earth. They want to speak in the language. You don't understand the damn language, what they talking about. They want to say words you don't understand. You start talking to these niggas about the Trinity. They go and talk about the hypostatic union and all of this. Nah, Christ came to make things simple He said, he that does not become as one of these babies cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. This thing ain't supposed to be hard. It's really thou shalt not. That's what it all boiled down to. Why y'all think I like teaching the milk? You can get as deep as you want to get with the Bible. And at the end of the day, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to treat people. This is what you're not supposed to do. This is how you're not supposed to treat people. That's what it all boiled down to. You know why they don't want to make it that simple? Anybody know why they don't want to make it that simple? Y'all don't know?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Trooper of mine.
Because they want to be the holier than thou. It's like positioning. Like they're not interested in everyone knowing what they know.
You close.
So if they have
That's
the
part of
knowledge
it.
of it, that puts
That's
them
part
above
of
you
it.
type.
That's part of it. Anybody else know why they don't want to make it that simple?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Because if they make it complicated, then they can say it's too hard to follow.
Y'all see that? When it's that simple, thou shalt not, then now you got to change something. Now you know the rules. When it's vague, ask a Christian how to serve God. Ask them. Ask anybody how to serve God that ain't in the truth. You're going to get this long, drawn-out answer, and you still ain't going to know what the hell you're doing when you get done. Like it's that hard.
Right.
Somebody give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. 12 and 12. Start there. It ain't supposed to be hard. It's very simple to serve the Most High. Very simple. If you want to. I mean, but if you love the things of this world more than you love him, it's going to be terrible serving God. You're going to feel like you're being tortured. Damn, I can't watch porn. Damn, I can't go to the strip club. Damn. I can't sleep with that woman because she got a man. You're going to feel like you tortured. It's going to be pure damn torture serving the Most High because this is spiritual. And your flesh won't want it won't. Your body won't what it won't. That's why I always say this when we be talking. I be like, damn, pepperonis and ham, all that shit is delicious. Oh, Salaki for my language. All that's delicious. But the Lord said we can't eat it. So it's terrible. It's disgusting. I mean, go ahead, Yeshaya.
Like sir, I don't know if you remember that battle with that Captain Tazariak had with Pastor Sam. The first battle he had with Pastor Sam.
When Pastor Sam was smoking,
that was the second battle I won. The first battle
he went on Clubhouse.
Sir. It's the one where Captain Tazariak invited Pastor Sam, like for an hour or something, where Pastor Sam said continually to say, "You a sinner, you a sinner. We are sinners, we are sinners." And then the second battle comes to cancer. And then the second battle comes to find out.
I think I got my little 5 minutes of fame on that one. Was that one? That was the one, huh?
Yeah, perfecting of the saints.
Yeah. Well, he was like, nobody could be perfect. The pastor just kept saying this. Nobody could be perfect in the shop. Nobody.
Come on,
and Captain Cesario was dragging that nigga all through the Bible, showing him you could be perfect. And then I read where he said he gave some pastors, and the pastors was supposed to work for the perfecting of the saints. And Captain Cesario was like, damn, did he say the pastors supposed to help make the saints perfect? And this nigga is a pastor, and he ain't making the saints perfect, saying you can't be perfect. Yeah, I remember that now, Yeshaya. I remember that.
And on the second battle, they found out he was smoking during the battle.
Yeah. He was asking, this nigga got a whole congregation, he was asking Captain Cesariak a question. He was like, and I was just, he took that,
Yeah.
he took one of them. And Cap caught that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that like it was yesterday. That's the thing, right? They don't want to make it. They don't want to make it simple. They want to make it vague. It's a whole gray area there on how to serve God. It's a gray area. I'll never forget when Captain Shaward showed me this. He was Officer Shaward in, and I was I think I was a trooper. I might have been a young man, and he took me here to Ecclesiastes 12. He said niggas go through their whole life trying to find the meaning of life, and it's right here in the Bible. It's right here. You want to keep searching? You want to think it's deep, and you got to know. You know how the Chinese man give you all them riddles, and you running around the world trying to solve the riddle and all that? The Lord ain't do that to us. Somebody got the scripture I asked for?
Come.
Give me 12 and 12.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12. Further, by these, my son, be not admonished of the making of many books. There is no end.
There is no end to the amount of information you got right now. But them niggas think Chat GPT is God. Please. How do I get to heaven, Chat GPT? You know that app will give you an answer. Right? It will give you an answer. We're in the information age. Here's the problem, though. If I wanted to say Jesus don't exist, right? And I just Google reasons Jesus don't exist, you're going to come up with 1,000 people with 1,000 books to tell you why Jesus don't exist.
Right.
If I want to look it up the other way and say reasons why Jesus exists, it's going to be 1,000 niggas with 1,000 books telling you why Jesus exists. Now, which 1,000 niggas is right? The ones that say he exists or the ones that say he don't exist? Now you're confused. We be on Bigo, we be teaching, right? And it's some Israelites that's not in the truth. What do I mean by Israelites who's not in the truth? They're not in the school. They're not learning from the source that I'm learning from. They know they Israelites, right? But they still got different things that they're not willing to let go. So if a sister comes in or a brother comes in and he's generally trying to learn and he say, how do you get to God? And these niggas go to giving them an answer. Dead wrong. They're not authorized to teach. The Lord did not ordain them. They didn't come up under General Yohana. They didn't serve. They didn't put on all black. Them niggas just grabbed a precept book and a purple shirt and paid $100 to get their purple outfit. It's lucky. And start teaching. Or they couldn't serve and do what y'all brothers do. Come on here and humble yourself under men you don't even know and follow orders and trust in the Lord and judge and prove niggas to see if they full of shit or if they actually niggas that care about their people and join in the ranks and become troopers and become officers and study to show thyself approved like the Bible say. They just wanted to go watch a couple of YouTube videos and teach people. Mm-hmm. Now they're on stage on an app teaching, and the person is literally trying to save their own life, and they literally want to serve God. Somebody give me Romans chapter 10. Stay where you at, Yeshaya. You was reading. Somebody else give me Romans chapter 10. And now they're in a ball of confusion because it's so much information. So much information. You don't know what's real and what's not. I remember having a battle when I was not in the school with then, who is Captain Katazar now, Trooper Katazar, about fallen angels. They gotta exist. What about this scripture? What about that? What about this book? I am chopping at the bit to destroy the idea of fallen angels now, based on me coming in here and getting my life together and reading through the text and studying and asking people questions like y'all doing right now. It's hard to get to a point where you got a brother that's going to tell you when he don't know the damn answer instead of making up something. What would you appreciate? Like, if you can't even ask questions at church. Niggas is about to give you what they about to give you. You better put something in that plate and shut your damn mouth. Or you can leave. Go to another church.
Yeah.
You're not going to do a class where you can't ask questions. Every class. Right now, I'm supposed to be asking a question. I'm really way the hell somewhere else. Right? Ecclesiastes said, the making of many books, there is no end. There's plenty of information. Keep going.
Come on. And much study is weariness of the flesh.
Oh, yeah. You could boggle your own mind trying to find out the answer to everything and be the smartest nigga in the world. Y'all know the smartest nigga in the world wrote a book, right? We reading it right now.
Right.
It said why Solomon was the wisest king on earth. He wrote Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus. What else? Proverbs? I don't know about Proverbs. I don't know if he wrote Proverbs. I got to go look that up. Y'all see how y'all got a teacher that'll tell y'all when he don't know something? Instead of making up stuff. These pastors not doing that. They congregation is asking them questions they don't know the answer to, and they give them whatever answer they feel like giving them at the time. My duty to the Most High will not allow me to do that. Go ahead, Nwanyala.
So he wrote the book of Proverbs.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. I wish I know who wrote the book of Proverbs and it was an officer at 16 years old. My life would have been better. I'm going to take the Nwanyala and say he wrote Proverbs. So then Solomon wrote Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, the Songs of Solomon. The wisest king to ever live wrote books. This is what he's saying right now in this book. The making of many books, there is no end. And keep going.
Come on. Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This sums up everything. Right? I don't like to read in the shop. Sum it up for me. What is this book all about? What is life all about? Just tell me. Why I gotta go searching through and reading all this? They're like, I don't know. I gotta know who T-Man is, the king of this person. I gotta go look up words we ain't even using in the English language. Thus and thou and thieth and come on, bro. Just tell me what it's all about. And Habakkuk. I gotta learn how to pronounce stuff. Nobody uses these words. Just tell me what it's all about. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Start from the top right there.
Come on. Verse 13. Let us hear let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
All right, what is it? What's it all about? Go ahead, read it.
Fear God.
Fear God. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Fear God. Keep going.
And keep his commandments.
And do what the hell he say do. Keep going.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Yeah.
This is all you owe the Most High. This is the whole reason you here. You want to know why you here? To do what the Lord said to do.
That's right.
That's what you're here for.
That's it.
Here's the problem, though. what the Lord said to do ain't always fun.
Right.
Right.
It don't always feel good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Doing what the Lord say do is gonna stop you from doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You could do what you want to do though. What happened when you do what you want to do? The same stuff that's been happening to you your whole life.
Right.
It's all good. Now you know. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man. This thing ain't hard, y'all. It's not hard. It's hard. It's only hard when you hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
Do it your way then.
Right.
Do it your way. I know 100 niggas with 100 years.
Yeah.
I'm watching people get murked. I'm watching people, families fall apart, losing everything, going to people with no answers. I'm so thankful for this truth. You know what I'm saying? The moment something get too hard for me, Nishak, I'm calling for help.
Okay.
Right.
I'm calling for Salakia, sir, if I could. I'm calling for help.
Yes, sir.
Some people calling Pastor Sam for help. The nigga that say you can't be perfect. When the Bible say, when Christ said out, this is Christ said out his own damn mouth, be ye perfect, because the Lord your God is perfect.
Yeah.
And then a pastor tell you can't be perfect. You know why? Because they don't understand what perfection is. They think it's, I ain't never gonna stub my toe. I ain't never gonna make a mistake.
Right.
That's not what perfect is.
Hey,
Perfect is when you know to do right and you do it. That's what perfect is. Go ahead, Art.
Right.
Con. Salakia, that's heavy what you saying, cause like the Christians, they be like, oh, we don't follow Moses laws no more. We follow Christ's laws, but that's the law. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ said, "Be ye perfect." And then that was a law of his. You know what I mean? Like a command. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen Thumayum down there. I wanted him to come in and tell me about these 12 fruit and these 12 months. Now I'm interested. Yeah, he ain't. I don't see him no more. It's 8:59. Did I miss something? I know Officer that was up. He wanted a breakdown on something. Can we get this up real quick? Slack sir, can I get a breakdown of 1 Timothy 2 and 9 and 1 Peter? Matter of fact, anybody on the line got any other questions before I go to the brother in the chat? All right, no sweat. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Let's go there. I heard somebody use this to say women can't wear weave. Oh, we gotta deal with this. Yes. Perfect question. Thou shalt not be cute. The Bible say that? Thou shalt not be cute. I'm familiar with Isaiah chapter 4, where he said baldness was going to be a curse. Instead of them smelling good, they was going to smell like funk. Instead of long, great hair, yeah, we might have to get that before we get out of here. What's the scripture I said? 1 Peter what?
1 Timothy, sir. Chapter 2, verse 9.
1 Timothy 2 and 9. Somebody got it?
Come on.
Somebody else got it? Yeshaya been reading. Is a trooper in here? Is some troopers in here?
Trooper
Like it's like 12 on the stage.
Caladon concert.
Trooper Kaya.
Caladon concert.
Hold on 1 second, Mashallah.
Here.
Can you read?
Sir.
You in a position to read? Hey, would you
Con,
mind
sir.
reading that for me, Warrior?
I don't mind, sir. Y'all about Shimmy Al Shai Brakathum.
Yeah, but Shimmy
Hey, y'all was Shabbat.
Yeah. Okay. 1 Timothy 2, verse 9. That's the verse,
Yeah,
sir?
we
1
might have to
Timothy 2.
go up a little bit for context. 1 Timothy chapter 2. Let me see where we want to start at.
7.
Oh, yeah. You can start there.
Verse 7.
I'll tell you what it said
Yeah.
before that. It was telling men, before it got here, it was telling men how to behave themselves who follow Christ. So Paul breaking this down. Now he's getting to women, right? It was telling them how to be adorned. He said, go ahead and read verse 7. Tell men
7?
how to be.
So 1 Timothy 2, verse 7. Whereunto I am ordained a preacher and an apostle. I speak the truth in Christ. I lie not and lie not. Shalaki. A teacher of the Gentiles in faith and veridity. Verse 8. I will therefore that man pray.
That's Paul talking about himself, right? He was talking about Christ. He said, dang, he can't hear me either. You can hear me out?
I can hear you, sir.
All right. Nah, this Paul talking about who he is, right? He was talking about Christ. He said, Christ, who unto him I am ordained as a preacher and apostle. I speak the truth in Christ. I lie not, a teacher in the Gentiles in faith and verity. Go ahead, verse 8.
Verse 8. I will therefore that man pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands. Without
what that
wrath.
mean, pray everywhere? What that mean, pray everywhere? That mean like everywhere you go be praying? What that mean, pray everywhere? What that mean? Pray on the toilet. What that mean? Anybody know what that mean?
Salagi.
Go ahead.
That all men pray.
Yeah, but what's the everywhere?
Like in all locations? Like throughout the four corners?
I don't know. That sound a little churches to me. That sound a little churchish. Hold on, I don't want the brother to be offended because that you call a nigga in the truth. Brother might be offended. Who is that?
So like I ain't gonna take you to counsel.
Give me a long free. Nah, go ahead. Who? Somebody want to answer? What that mean to pray everywhere? He said that all men pray. That's what I was talking about. All men. Who is all? Go ahead, Mashah. Mashah wanted. Go ahead, Mashah. Go ahead, Trooper.
I would say every time you feel like it.
Every time you feel like, I don't never feel like
it. Because if it was Salakia said, if it was everywhere, just like every location, that word should be together, not separate, just like that.
Salakia on one.
Maybe so. Yeah, go ahead.
Could it be like when we pray for, like when we say for the generals, the captains, the troopers, the sisters? Would it be like that's praying for every brother and
it would
sister
be
everywhere?
like that. But all right, so remember what Paul is doing. Paul is speaking to. See, this is what I'm saying. Everybody read the Bible like these things were. Hold on one second. Everybody read the Bible like these things was for everybody because that's what you've been taught. It's times in the Bible where Christ was talking to the Pharisees, right? And he was calling them vipers and hypocrites and all this other stuff. He was talking to them. He wasn't talking to everybody on earth. It's times when Christ was talking to the disciples, the 12 men that was following him. And people read it and they think he was talking to everybody. He was talking to them. Right now, you see Paul wrote this letter to the church, right? Or Timothy. Wrote the letter to Timothy. This letter ain't talking to everybody everywhere. It's for the people that he wrote it to. That's
Oh my
hard.
God.
You see things. Somebody off mute.
Eh,
It's hard for when you see things in the Bible to not think it was talking to everybody. Right? He said, well, I will therefore that men pray everywhere. He's talking to the people in the church. He's not talking to everybody. The people that he addressed this letter to, that's who he's talking about. Lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. So in other words, understanding that when you're praying for something, you got to believe it's going to happen. This is the text that the brother wanted. Go ahead and read verse 9.
Common concept, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, Salakia, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
That's crazy. All right, so you see how he was telling the men stuff not to do. If you go up, you'll see all the stuff he told men not to do. He says, in like manner. So he's telling men to present themselves a certain way if you following the Most High, right? If you serving God, he's telling you how to do that. Now, in like manner, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel. What is modest apparel?
Salakia, sure.
Go ahead.
When they dress modestly, meaning to cover themselves, dress appropriate.
Right. Got my cheeks out, my belly out, my back out, I'm lit. That's not what he's talking about.
Right.
That's not what he's talking about. He's saying that the women would carry themselves, or they would dress appropriate. Like he said, covered up. That's the easiest way to break that down. Right? Modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety. Right? Don't be drunk on your own self. Shamefaced that mean there's two types of shame, right? And some sisters don't have no shame. There should be a shame that makes you better. I'll give you an example. If you're a brother, right? You not having everything you want should force you to hustle harder. You should be ashamed that you don't have the things that you're supposed to have in life. And it should force you to hustle harder. That's a good shame, right? There's a good shame for a woman to say, well, I'm not going to show everything that I have to everybody. That's a different shame. Now, there's another shame where you done did something you ain't had no damn business doing. That's not a good shame. Everybody understand? Anybody not understand what I'm saying? All right. Here's the crazy part. It says not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Meaning, that shouldn't be what makes you a good woman. It doesn't mean you can't wear gold and costly array and pearls and broidered hair. But your jewelry and how you got your hair shouldn't be the best quality that you possess. Y'all get that?
Con, sir.
In the Bible where it said it's like the love of money is the root of all evil. Like niggas will break that down as an excuse to be broke. That's not what that means. Not saying that women can't have their hair done and have gold and wear pearls and have expensive jewelry and be pretty. The Bible don't say thou shalt not be cute. If you read verse 10, it'll break it down. It says, but go ahead.
Now I was just saying, Slocky, with the curse that the women under with bald hair, we don't want our women that can't grow hair to be walking around bald headed. So, I mean,
you know what to make their hair grow back? You know what to make their hair grow back?
God,
sir.
Verse 11. Verse 11 will make their hair grow back. That's a secret. Don't tell nobody. Anyway,
right.
Verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness and with good works. So it basically saying don't be caught up in what you look like, be caught up in their works. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women that look nice and they ain't worth a dime.
Right.
Right? It's a lot. It's a lot of women that look nice and they're invaluable. Far above rubies. Yeah. It's not talking against being pretty. It's saying if you're gonna have be pretty, have some substance behind that. Because your works is ultimately what defines whether you're valuable or not. Y'all, what's up? Put in the chat if you understand the breakdown of the script that you pulled. Go ahead, up.
Come on. Is that speaking about like our Christians? They be dressing up with this, with these big hats, and also with the pearls and the dress and all this and that, and they be sitting in front in the church, and then they not keeping the commandments, meaning like there's no there's no godliness in them.
There would be no problem with them wearing them big hats and them dresses and all of that stuff that they wearing if they was about what they be talking about. If they live the life that they pretend that they living. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, everybody knows in the school, you see the brothers with their studs and the fringes and the whole nine and the armbands and all of that. Just say a nigga go do that. And you see a nigga, I don't know, smoking a poke. You see a nigga smoking a poke with all that shit on. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain lifestyle that's supposed to come with what you look like. All right, you are presenting yourself as a woman with substance, but you're just like every other woman. The whole point is to be a man that is better than most men. That's what you're striving to be. Now, we ain't shit, of course, but that's what we striving to be. And he gave some pastors and some apostles for the perfecting of the saints. So you got men above you who could correct you to teach you how to be what you need to be. You know what I'm saying? That's Nishak's job as an officer of 5,000 and a camp leader. It's my job. It's my captain's job to say, hey, Salakia, this is how you do this so that you can be better than everybody else. And it's your job to do that with your rib. And it's her job to do that with them kids. Correction is love. But this scripture ain't talking about not being cute. It's not talking about not wearing weave. It's not talking about none of that. Everybody just want to be so damn holy that they ain't paying attention to what this man is talking about. He's saying, let that not be what you all about. Big ass eyelashes. That's all you got? Big ass eyelashes. It ain't nothing else to you. Right? You could go buy all of that stuff now. You could go purchase all of that. Everybody got the same hairdo. Everybody got the same makeup. Everybody got the same fake booties. You could go purchase all of that. What do you really, what makes you valuable? And it's the same for men. It's the same for men. That's what it's talking about. Hopefully the brother got it. Hey, it's 9:17. General Yohana is probably teaching. I don't like to talk when General Yohana teaching. Everybody good? Anybody got any questions before we wrap this up? All right, with that, who I'm passing the class to?
I got it, sir. You hear me, sir?
Damn. Yeah. This is what I want you to do. It's 3:00 in the morning over there in Cape Town, Yeshaya, right?
Salaki, sir. He's in New York.
Oh, good. I want you to give Yeshaya the send him the announcements. All right.
Already did.
All right, Yeshaya, you got the announcements?
Con, sir, I was trying to get the announcements just now, but if I leave the screen, I don't think if you will be able to hear me.
Gobble War should have him too.
I got you.
Gobble,
I'm about to go. Oh, don't worry, Nishak. I'm about to go down the line. Gobble War, you got the announcements?
Hold on, he's not up. Hold on. There he is.
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, you got the
Can you hear me?
announcements?
Kanawan Khan, sir.
Loud and clear.
Kanawan Khan.
All right. You got him right there with you now?
Yeah, I got the security announcements. Kanawan Khan, I got it up right now. Salaki.
All right, with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Gobble War.
Kanawan Khan. ISUBK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashara. Tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to General Mayak or teachers priest fund. Free will offering.
Salakia, the one you got says give to General Mayak.
Mayak Kanawan Khan, sir. Is that an old one?
Where you get that from, the shock? That's new?
That's what I've always had, sir. I just replaced it with what I heard other brothers say. So instead of saying give it to the General Mayak, just say give to the Treasury Department.
Give to the Treasury Department, something like that. All right, go ahead.
Kanawan Khan. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like.
Salakia. Nah, those are two different things. You got to separate them to make it clear. The tithes is one thing. That's the 10%, right? And then it's a separate thing called a priest fund. So that's what you're going into. So just make sure you're clear with that, because a priest tithes is mandatory. A priest fund is not.
I'll start back up at the top with the tithes.
Nah, you ain't got to do it all over again. All right, go ahead, do it.
Sir. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10 means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashara. Tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund.
free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Salaki, if I can, what holy convocations we got coming up, sir?
The next one, we got memorial of blowing of the trumpets. Okay.
What day is that?
I got you, sir. Khan. Memorial of blowing of the trumpets. June 17th. You can find that in the book of Slakia. Memorial blowing of the trumpets. First day of the 7th month, Wednesday, 2nd October 2024.
Oh, okay. All right. I was about to say June 17th. I think we missed it.
No, that was first so Slakia. Memorial blowing.
All right. So the next high holy, hold on. The next high holy day ain't till October.
October 2nd, 2024.
All right.
Find it in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Go ahead.
Con.
Go ahead, Gabba. We'll finish it out.
Con, sir. Remind Akim and Aqua to check bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school.
Yo, this nigga got the old nigga.
That's what I had, sir. I just modified
everybody who came. Listen to me. Everybody who came to the class came online today. This nigga talking about check the hallway in the bulletin board. Hey, we gotta get you some upgraded material. That's for the physical schools back in the 80s and 90s and shit. So like it. Yeah. They ain't got no bulletin board. Nigga, you gotta check Facebook. Something. So like it. Yeah, go ahead, keep reading. What else you got?
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarves. And that's it for the security announcement, sir. Shalaki.
You could do the prayer?
Come.
Yeah, go ahead. With that, you're supposed to say Imadium, which means to stand.
Shalaki, yeah, I was grabbing the prayer first, sir. Shalaki.
Yeah, you've been in the school. You was in the school before me. You know the prayer.
I
just thought about who I was talking to. I forgot for a minute. Look, my Shah already standing up. He ain't even waiting for the Imadium. Boy, gotta go to work. That boy gotta go to work in the morning. He's like, Damn, some of young man ain't come back in here. I got homework now. I gotta go find that breakdown. You got it, Gabba War? You need go ahead, Nashak. You got it? You could go ahead and run through it real quick. We could just go ahead and salute out.
All right. Men of Israel, Mantra. Please to stand. You're going to start up a courtesy salute to the teacher in the class. Men of Israel, Mantra Shabbat. Mantra. Barak.
Yahweh
Yahweh Hashem Yahashabar Thom.
Yahweh, sisters can stand.
Gabba War, tell them what we just said. You got that in the notes? For the people who don't speak Hebrew, tell them what we just said.
What we just said was, in the name of the Most High, no, it's like it. Most High bless you in the name of Yahweh. Men of Israel, we're going to send up a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. The sisters can stand. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat. Majim. Barak.
Yahweh.
Majim Atah. What we just said was in the name of the Most High. No, yeah, and the Most High watch over you in the name of Yahweh Shai. With that, sisters can sit. Class dismissed.
Dismiss. I'm gonna get orders to dismiss. And the shop.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me end the stream.
Oh, God.